Hey everyone, happy Monday. It is Monday, May the 20th. And I am Allison, one half of Soul Star Energy Collective, here to give you some guidance for your week ahead. If you are new here, we are intuitives and healers, and we also teach others how to access their intuition and their psychic gifts and, bring that all back because we all have this within us. Our intuition is, everybody has intuition. So that is what we do. Today, what I will be doing is pulling 3 cards. So you just need to feel in if card 1, 2, or 3 is calling you this week. Feel free to ask a question, or you can just receive whatever message kind of comes through for you. And I will be using the Oracle of the 7 Energies for this card reading today. And before I get into that, so we have a really exciting announcement coming on Thursday, which we've been working for months on this. And so it is like, oh my God, I can't believe it's like we're actually going to put it out there for everybody. So stay tuned for Thursday. And we're just, so excited and hoping that, it will be beneficial for everybody. And yes, I will be secretive about it until it is released. That is fun to have suspense a little bit in our lives. So make sure to check it out on Thursday. And one other thing, we've kind of changed our readings just for the summer months to be like, what are we going to do? So if you book a reading or a healing, we will send you a recorded video of, the reading, or a voice note of the healing, of that. So because we won't be meeting one-on-one, in Zoom, we have adjusted the prices. So if you are like, I'm interested in getting a reading and saving some money, then check it out. That is up on our website. Okay. All right. So let's go with card 1. There it is. A higher view. Okay. Okay, so they're making me feel like pulling me up, they're wanting me to pull up, zoom out, and look at whatever I need to look at from like this higher perspective. So in that sense, it feels like that there could be something that's within your life right now, or something that may be presented this week that it can be very easy to get into a narrow viewpoint on it, or kind of like stuck in a tunnel vision in regards to it. And what they're wanting you to do is to, take a step back, pull up, and like look at it objectively, from all angles, and even like when we pull ourselves up, we can kind of detach ourselves from our own personal feelings to see it objectively. And this is going to really kind of like help you to fully understand it, to move through it easier. I even feel like they're wanting you to kind of move into your heart space and into your intuition when you're kind of viewing it. So we can really get caught up of viewing something when we're really up in our head, and all we can do is just see it for whatever story our head is telling us. But when we can anchor into our heart space, and really kind of look at it that way and have that higher perspective, it really kind of shows you all angles of a scenario, not just the limited angle of what's coming into our head, because our head is very much we have storylines that play within our head, and these are attached to limiting beliefs. These are attached to programs, like all of these things that kind of can get lost in there. But when you can really kind of anchor into your intuition and feel it in your body and feel it in your heart space, and you know, approach that from that space, it's makes it so much easier and clearer, and it even just helps you with your own healing of whatever it is. Okay, so yeah, so this week, really kind of be aware of this, be aware of any triggers. Maybe you're in it right now. Like, I feel like some people, it's something's going to come up, and I feel like some people are like in it and they're really kind of stuck in their this like loop, mind loop. And so they're saying like this is going to really help you to kind of like take that step back and see it from a different angle. All right, so card 2. Time machine. So I'm like getting conflicting feelings inside. So I'm like, what are you trying to say to me? So I, at first I connected to this feeling of like, oh my God, time's running out. We need to get this done. You need to push this forward. Like, you're going to miss your mark and all that stuff. And then I was like given the feeling of like, time is a perception, and to, in a way, it kind of boxes us in when we put that like ticking time clock on it, and they're like, you need to, remove those walls and kind of allow it to come in and allow these thoughts to disappear, and that, again, time is an illusion. It is not real. It is something that we, yes, exist in this incarnation, in this plane of existence. But when we can kind of like separate ourselves from it, like, what am I trying to say? Yeah, so it really kind of feels like 3D when we're like, oh my goodness, okay, like we need to get this done now, and this urgency and all of these things. And they're reminding me that everything happens at the right time when it's meant to happen. So you don't need to worry about, when something needs to kind of happen. So let's just say, oh, when am I going to meet the perfect person because I want to do this and this and this, and I want to have kids and I want to have all these things. Or say you're releasing a new course or a new product or something like that. And it's like, oh my God, but we need to have it by this date, because if we don't have it by this date, then this and this and this is going to happen. And all that's doing is putting up these restrictions and these kind of like conditions with it, where if it's like, you know what, when it's meant to come to fruition, it's going to, and kind of like step out of the way of, and I just saw 9/11 on my thing. That's my number. Step out of your way, and allow, like, not out of your way, step out of the universe's way and allow it to come when it's meant to. Because trust me, we don't need to look 10 steps ahead and have it all planned out. Like, it will land. The thought, the urge, the opportunity, all of those things will land in your lap at exactly the right time. So you don't have to worry about figuring all of that out. And we are so programmed to do that. I am the worst for that too. But it's like, oh my God, but I've also witnessed and seen, if I just kind of step out of my own way and let the universe bring it to me, oh my God, it really does happen. Like, it's crazy. So I hope I'm not talking in circles, but this just really kind of feels like they're really kind of asking you to go into that surrender mode and just like take a step back and really tap into your inner compass and your intuition and listen to it, that it's like, okay, like, you will not miss the mark if you take that. You will not miss the mark if you are listening to your intuition coming into your body. Okay. All right, card 3. Beyond the ordinary. That's a pretty card. Okay. So they're making me feel like to dream big. So it's like what they're kind of like showing me is like, when we talk about manifestation, or we have like these dreams that come forward, and it kind of feels like sometimes you can maybe stunt that growth. Sorry, I see Mandy looking at me on Zoom because we're supposed to be meeting right now. She's right there. Okay, so don't bother me, Mandy. Okay, so it feels like they're wanting you to get out of your head and literally let your logic leave the building and allow yourself to start to dream big and manifest exactly what you want. So like, do this exercise of like, whatever you're wanting to call in, just start to write it down. And every time like you have a little thought that comes in that's like, oh, well, that's ridiculous, or don't get too crazy here, or wow, you're selfish for wanting abundance, or all of those like little thoughts that you're kind of like, well, that's never gonna happen. I can't manifest the perfect person for me. Nobody's perfect. All of those things. It's like, let that go and literally just start to write down exactly like, if you could manifest anything. So if it's a partner you're trying to manifest, if it is a career, if it is money, if it is, any of these things, dream job, all of these things, it's like, write down everything that you're like, well, yeah, like add that in, and really just try to allow yourself to go there, to be creative in your mind of what you want. And even writing it as if it's already happened. That I did this a few weeks ago, and I was like, holy crap, it felt so good. And I'm very much that person too, that goes and it's like, oh, well, okay, don't be ridiculous, Allison, like very realistic. And so this is kind of like, it's bringing this color into your being, into your energy. And when you start to kind of like bring all of those exciting aspects without any restraint, without any boundaries or blocks, you start to kind of like, your aura changes, your energy changes. There's an excitement that lights up within you. And you just can imagine like, when that comes into your energy field, it starts to like push out to around you like that. And you start to then attract that, because like energy attracts like energy. So, this is such a beautiful exercise, and really like allow yourself to go there. And I promise you won't regret it. It will feel so, so, so darn good. All right. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time. Bye.